Hi GIS students. As you're getting ready to register for classes, I wanted to provide some additional information that will hopefully help you make some decisions about which classes to take and when. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Christina Friedel. I'm GIS faculty and department chair here at PCC. I wanted to make this video because typically I get to talk to a lot more of you in person, and it's a little bit harder these days. And so I wanted to find a way to communicate some information about our GIS classes to you. We consider GO 170, 265, 266, 267, and 270 our core GIS class sequence. GO 170, Maps and Geographic Concepts, should be taken in the first term of your program. GO 265, Intro to GIS, is a prerequisite to almost all of our other GIS classes, so you want to make sure that you take that also in your first quarter or early on in your program. GIS Analysis, GO 266, should be taken in your second term during your program. It is also a prerequisite to 267, which is only offered in the spring term, so take that into consideration when you're doing your course planning. GO 270, Building a Map Portfolio, should be taken towards the end of your program, since you'll want to have a larger body of work to include in your portfolio and to use as part of the course. GO 267, GIS Applications, should be taken the last term of your program. This is considered a capstone course, and in this class, students get paired up with community partners to work on a term-long project. These projects are set up by myself, but can also be set up by you if you work with an organization already and want to continue working with them on a project, or if there's an opportunity to work on a GIS project at your place of employment. If it's not convenient for your program to take this class in the spring quarter, you can replace it with GO 280A, which is a cooperative ed course, or essentially doing an internship for credit. If this is something that interests you, please just come talk to me so that we can look at some of your options. The first class, GO 221, The Local Landscape, is a class that combines Portland geography and cultural mapping. In this class, you're going to work on a community issue, and as part of this project, you collect data in the field using ArcGIS Collector. You'll build an interactive map using ArcGIS Online, and you'll also create a story map of your community issue, displaying maps and other multimedia within the story map itself. In GO 223, GPS and GIS, you're going to learn how to collect field data using a variety of different GPS units, which include both mobile devices as well as Trimble GPS units. In this class, you're going to learn how to collect, how to correct, and how to post-process GPS data. You're going to look at the accuracy and precision of GPS data using different types of technology. And you're going to learn how to integrate that GPS data in with other GIS data layers. GO 240, Cartography. This is a class where you're going to learn a lot about map design. You're going to learn how to make maps that people want to look at. In this class, we cover map layout. We cover the nuances of labels, fonts, color, and how to design map elements like north arrows or legends. This class is really focused on map critiques and making different iterations of the same map. So you're going to get a lot of experience kind of critically analyzing both your own maps and those of your peers. There are two main projects in the cartography class, one of which is an infographic, which aims to combine cartography with data visualization. GO 242, GIS Programming. This is a class that's going to introduce you to working with Python within the context of GIS. You're not going to come out of this class being a GIS programmer, but you are going to come out of this class understanding the basics of how the Python language works. You will learn how to troubleshoot and debug in Python, and you're going to learn how to do some basic automation of tasks with GIS. If you have absolutely no programming experience, it is recommended that you take as a prerequisite to this course CIS 122, Intro to Programming Logic, and that class does count towards your technical elective in the program. GO 244, Interactive Map Design, is going to introduce you to a variety of different interactive or web-based mapping tools like ArcGIS Online and Mapbox. It's going to cover topics such as cartography or cartographic design for interactive maps, And it's also going to introduce you to the basics of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript within the context of building custom interactive maps. Geo 246 Remote Sensing is going to cover topics that focus on raster data. It's going to look at how to interpret and analyze aerial photos, satellite imagery, and LiDAR data. This will be done using some of the tools in ArcGIS Pro, as well as in a software called ENVI. Remote sensing is used in a lot of environmental fields, environmental management, natural resource management, forestry, geology. And it also ties in really nicely with the drone classes, because any image collected with a drone is considered remotely sensed data. Which leads me to our drone classes, in which we have a 3-course sequence. The first one being Geo 248, drone operations. This is the first course in the sequence, and ultimately it's going to prepare you to take the Part 107 Remote Pilot Certificate exam and to get your certificate to fly commercially. It's going to go over the rules and regulations of the FAA, and it's also going to teach you how to fly drones. In Geo 252, geospatial modeling with drones, you're going to learn how to fly some medium-sized drones, so slightly larger than the ones introduced in the first course. And you're also going to be introduced to flight planning software to plan your drone flights, as well as a software program called Agisoft, which will allow you to orthorectify and create digital terrain models using the captured drone data. Geo 254, geospatial modeling with drones 2, is going to introduce you to larger size drones as well as fixed-wing drones. You're going to be using a variety of different cameras with those drones to collect a large range of images from across the visual spectrum. And you're going to learn how to make 3D models. Geo 280A is called Cooperative Education, and this is essentially doing an internship for credit. I mentioned this class before because sometimes we use this class as a substitute for our GIS applications course. But you can also choose to do an internship for credit as a GIS elective. And this is something where I can help you find a placement for an internship. And it's usually something that we need to discuss at least a term in advance of when you'd want to do the internship. So please come talk to me about this sooner rather than later if this is something that interests you. It is not a class that you can just go ahead and register for on your own. We need to have a placement for you in advance, as well as a set of learning objectives that we create for your internship before you can actually get registered in the course. So please come talk to me if this is something you want to pursue. Lastly, this table here shows what term each of our GIS electives are offered. They are not offered every term, so it's important that you don't miss or skip a term that the class is being offered. This course schedule is subject to change, so please confirm with either myself or our GIS advisor, Her, if you have any questions about the schedule. Thank you. If you have any questions, here's my name and contact information. Please do not hesitate to contact me directly if you have any additional